What is up, fam? Namaste, Namaskaram, Ram Ramji. Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna check why the Indian market, when it comes to bikes, it has been booming in Africa. Let's check it out compared to USA and China. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Let's go.
Once doubted by European and Chinese firms, Indian two-wheeler manufacturers now have the largest presence in Africa. Indian motorcycles now make up more than 50% of all sales in the youngest continent.
From the busy streets of Lagos to the rugged terrains of Nairobi and the deserts of Morocco and Egypt, motorcycles are the lifeline of daily transport, the backbone of commerce, and the ultimate symbol of mobility. But here's the big twist. While American and Chinese brands once dominated the market, it's the Indian motorcycle giants that are now leaving them in the dust. In this video, we're exploring how Indian motorcycle companies are killing Chinese and American brands in Africa. What strategies did Indian brands like Bajaj, TVS, and Hero MotoCorp use to take over? And why are European and American brands struggling to keep up? Stick around as we break it all down. But before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. So, how did the Indian brands take over? Let's go back a couple of decades. African countries were flooded with motorcycles from China, Europe, and the United States. Brands like Lifan, Lonson, Zongshen, Harley-Davidson, and Honda were competing for the top spot. But something was missing: reliability, affordability, and adaptability to Africa's tough roads. Then came the Indian manufacturers. They didn't just enter the market, they studied it, adapted their bikes, and conquered it. If you look at the data, Indian motorcycle sales started skyrocketing from 2012 and have remained on top since then. Today, Indian brands dominate more than 60% of the African market. In countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, and Tanzania, Indian motorcycles outsell Chinese and American brands by a ratio of nearly 4-to-1. So, what exactly did the Indian brands do differently? It all comes down to these key strategies. Affordable pricing. Indian motorcycles are significantly cheaper than their American counterparts and offer better durability than Chinese bikes. Rugged design for African roads. Models like the Bajaj Boxer 150, TVS HLX 125, and Hero Don 125 are built to handle Africa's rough roads and heavy loads. Widespread spare parts availability. Indian manufacturers set up distribution networks across Africa, making it easier for riders to find and replace parts. Fuel efficiency. With petrol prices rising, bikes like the TVS Star HLX 125 consume less fuel, making them the preferred choice. Easy financing options. Indian companies partnered with local banks and microfinance firms to offer installment-based motorcycle purchases, allowing even low-income riders to own a bike. Indian domestic markets and African markets have similar dynamics and price sensitivity. Indians, understanding this, successfully replicated these strategies abroad. As you can see in the chart, the price differences between Indian and American options are drastic. So, why are Chinese and American brands struggling? Let's break it down. China flooded the market with motorcycles, but many of them lacked quality control. Riders frequently complained about engine failures, weak suspensions, and lack of long-term durability. The result? People stopped trusting them. American and European brands were too expensive and over-engineered for Africa. Harley-Davidson and BMW make incredible motorcycles, but they aren't built for Africa's daily needs. These bikes are. An average Harley-Davidson costs over $15,000. Meanwhile, a Bajaj Boxer costs around $1,000 and does the same job more efficiently for Africans. But Indian motorcycles aren't just about affordability, they're also tapping into Africa's youth market with huge performance options. Bajaj Dominar 400, a powerful 373cc bike with LED lights, sporty design, and an ABS braking system. Perfect for young riders seeking power without breaking the bank. TVS Apache RR310. Inspired by racing DNA, this 310cc bike balances speed, style, and efficiency. Hero X-Pulse 200. Built for off road riding and adventure, this bike is attracting Africa's young bikers with its rugged performance. These
Right.
bikes have unlocked the sporting DNA in youth, cementing India's position as a high performance and quality motorcycle manufacturer. Indian motorcycle companies aren't just selling bikes in Africa, they are building them there too. By setting up assembly plants and manufacturing hubs across the continent, they are fueling both economic growth and job creation. Bajaj Auto has set up assembly plants in Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda to meet skyrocketing demand. TVS
You know what? I think the Indian government or the Indian companies, let me say, they've actually just literally focused on the most important thing that is, needed in Africa. Of course, bikes they are widely used, mostly in Nigeria, Tanzania, Ghana, maybe Kenya as well, countries like that. Like in my country in Zimbabwe, not really that much. Like South Africa, not really that much. But they are not like a daily use. But I know like in coming years they're going to be really used like widespread everywhere in my country. So it's good, man. It's all about how strong they are. It's all about how easy they are to fix, how easy it is to get the parts around in the country. How long it's going to take and how expensive they are, the money that you're going to pay, and how strong they are, how long you're going to use them. That is very important because the roads, some of them maybe off roads. We use them for off road type of things and maybe to carry heavy things. And if they cannot do that, then it's going to be a problem. If they cannot last long when you're paying high, like when it's expensive, then it's not good for you. So basically, this is what India is doing. And in all of that, that's what is important. Anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let's continue.
Motors has production units in Ethiopia and Egypt, producing thousands of bikes every month. Hero Motor Corp has invested heavily in Rwanda and Tanzania, establishing distribution centers and service hubs. By producing motorcycles locally, Indian companies have cut import costs, made bikes more
Mm,
affordable, and ensured a steady supply of spare parts, something that was missing before. Over 10,000 jobs have been created in Africa by Indian motorcycle manufacturers. Thousands of Africans have been employed as factory workers, technicians, sales agents, and mechanics in these Indian motorcycle plants. Microfinance partnerships allow local entrepreneurs to build motorcycles on loan and use them for ride hailing services like Boda Bodas and delivery jobs. Skill training programs by Indian companies are teaching African youth how to assemble, maintain, and repair motorcycles, boosting self employment opportunities. This is a win win situation. African economies grow, local
exactly.
industries
Exactly.
thrive, and Indian brands cement their dominance in the region. Indian manufacturers are setting up more plants to cater to West and Southern Africa. TVS and Bajaj are investing in electric bikes like the TVS iQube and Bajaj Chetak, which could revolutionize urban transport in African cities. Companies are adapting bikes specifically for Africa, such as cargo carriers and models with tougher suspensions for rough terrains. So, there you have it. Indian motorcycles are rewriting the rules of the game, leaving their competition in the dust. If you're in Africa, chances are your next bike will be an Indian-made machine. What do you think? Are Indian
Hopefully.
motorcycles truly the best for Africa? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna put the link for this channel down below. You can check. He has many videos that are really good and they're insightful. So that's important. I mean, this is like what he said, a win-win situation, which is good because when you're looking at a company that you need to do business with, you also need to benefit while they are benefiting as well, which makes the relationship good and strong. So in this case, you can see that the bikes that the Indians are giving out and they are providing, they are good for what they are being used for, or what they want to use them for in Africa. The terrain, bed roads, maybe off road. If it's good, if the suspension is good, if it doesn't just wear out easily, then that's the one that you want. Obviously, when you are giving out money, you need value for your money. And if India is doing that, then that's really what is important. Two, they're providing jobs. If they're setting up plants in these countries to assemble and even maybe to make them, then that's really good because the companies, it's not only about now providing the bikes, no, but it's now about jobs as well. So you really need to cement your relationship, and that's how far it goes, man. A win-win. Both companies, they conquer maybe probably the whole of Africa, providing them with, maybe it won't even stop there on bikes only. this is good. I really think this is good. I know I've used Indian bikes a lot, a lot, and I know they are good. Suspension, not all of them are good, but if you can see if the market is growing in Africa, it means they are good. People that are using them, the companies that are, like having these deals with Indian companies, know that these are the best ones that we have got. So I mean, that's cool. I'd really love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. But for now, take care and peace.